Hey everyone, we're going to be talking about Alex the Climbing Robot.
Alright.
So basically, Alex would approach people in the rock climbing gym, say he was working in a rock climbing gym, and then he would proceed to ask if they needed help on a problem that they're attempting, such as a route or a technique that they would need to use to complete the route. If they would accept Alex's help, then he would show and explain the techniques that they would use for the problem, and whenever a climbing route is created, it's put into Alex's memory, and all you must do is tell him the name of the route and the technique that you're having trouble with, and he will know how to explain it to you.
So our domain expert for this project is Chris Boris. He works at Vertical Dreams Climbing Gym. He's set many routes there, and he has also established climbing routes outdoors on real boulders. His setting experience will give a good input on whether or not he thinks the robot would work well, whether or not he thinks it would be possible to implement, and just overall how it would work with a route designed for a person, with this robot being smaller. Because he works in the gym, he'll be able to tell us if he thinks it's a good idea, if it would work with the flow of the gym without just being in members and climbers' way, and just if people would kind of enjoy being there. These are two examples of our robot doing some climbing moves, showing people what to do. So right here we have a heel hook, which his heel is raised up. He would be able to show us tons of different orientations of the heel for what would work best. Heel hook is basically just when you pick up your heel, put it on top of a hold, and you can push your toe into different ways to better kind of grip it with your heel. It provides a lot of stability for when you need to take one hand off and move it up to a position that's not very comfortable. This here is a rose move. We can see he's reaching above his head as well as forward at the same time. That's pretty much all there is to it. You have a high reach, and then your next reach is as far away as possible. It's just kind of the act of getting something and then reaching through it to the next one. That's the rose move. Now, we're gonna act out a little interaction of how a climber would interact with Alex, the climbing robot. So, I'm gonna be the climber, this is Alex.
Hi, how's it going?
Oh, I'm good, how are you?
I'm great. You have any issues? Having any problems?
Yeah, I actually am struggling with this one route. It's called the boulder problem.
The boulder. Let me check my memory. Oh yeah, the boulder. Yeah, a lot of people have issues on this one. See that hold right here on this wall?
Yeah.
You're going to want to use a heel hook. See, so this is what a heel hook looks like. So you're grabbing one of the holds and you're using your heel to boost yourself up, and then use your other hands to grab another hold.
Okay.
That would then pull you up.
All right.
There you go.
Let me go try it. All right, so we went and we spoke to our domain expert, Chris, and he had pretty good feedback about it. He said it was a cool idea. He'd love to see this actually implemented in the gym, although it's probably not a great environment for the robot. It walking around and doing stuff like this just wouldn't really be safe for it mainly. There are very many factors in the gym just where accidents can happen, and having such an expensive piece of technology there wouldn't really be a great idea. But possibly in the future, something that's much more aware of its surroundings could do this. He said, given the way that it's set up, it would be pretty easy for them to implement with the way that they set. Whenever a route is created, they would just decide what the hardest point of it is, find out which move is necessary for that, and then just input it into the robot, which we showed them just how easy that is to do for creating poses. And then finally, he said that it would certainly be a useful tool, as this is something that's already slightly implemented in climbing, where certain routes, more official routes, not at this gym, but some routes, they will have, in addition to them, you can watch multiple videos of people doing the climb itself. So if you don't know an exact movement or something, you can see the video of them doing it. If we were to be able to have a robot that could show the move in person, or potentially even actually climb it right in front of you, that would be so much more useful than just watching a video of it, because you can actually see how it's done and know exactly what you need to do. So overall, seems like a really cool idea. Definitely not ready to be implemented yet though. So that's all we got. The end.